beneath the rolling hills and shimmering lakes of Ireland, where mist curls like a lover's breath and the wind carries echoes of ancient gods. A legend endures, its notes as haunting as a harp's lament. The myth of the Children of Lir, one of Ireland's most cherished tales, weaves a tapestry of transformation, jealousy, and redemption, binding the mortal to the divine, the human to the eternal. Rooted in the Orded Una Aoife, the fate of the Children of Lir from the mythological cycle, it is a story of love betrayed, endurance through suffering, and the transcendent power of faith. For centuries, it has stirred Irish hearts, a reminder that even in the deepest waters of sorrow, hope can sing. The tale begins in a time when Ireland was a land of she and kings, its green valleys alive with the whispers of the Tuatha De Danann, the divine race who ruled before mortals. King Lear, a sea god and lord of the western waves, held court at Sheefanuki, a hill fort in what is now County Armagh, its ramparts crowned with oak and hawthorn. Lear was a ruler of wisdom and warmth, his heart anchored by his 4 children from his first wife, Eve Fiocra, the eldest, strong and steady; Aud, fiery and poetic; Con, gentle and wise; and Deirdre, the youngest, whose beauty and laughter lit the court like dawn. Their bond was Ireland's pride, their love a song that echoed across the land. Tragedy struck when Eve died, leaving Lear and his children adrift in grief. To mend his broken court, Lear wed Aoife, Eve's sister, a woman of she-blood whose beauty masked a heart shadowed by envy. Aoife, though welcomed as queen, burned with jealousy at the love Lear showered on his children. Their laughter, their grace, their place in his heart cast her into a cold eclipse. "They are his son," she whispered, her voice a hiss of spite, "and I am but a shadow." Her bitterness grew, fed by dark whispers from the other world, until jealousy twisted into malice. One summer dawn, Aoife lured the children to Loch Derivag, its waters gleaming like polished silver under a sky of rose and gold. "Come swim," she coaxed, her smile a blade. As the children waded into the shallows, laughing and splashing, Aoife raised her hazel wand, its tip glowing with she fire. With a chant that chilled the air, she wove a spell of transformation, her voice a storm of rage and power. The children screamed as their bodies twisted, their limbs lengthening into wings, their skins sprouting feathers. In moments, they were no longer human, but swans, their white plumage stark against the lake's mirror. Yet their human voices remained, their cries of shock and sorrow piercing the dawn. Aoife, her heart now a tangle of triumph and guilt, pronounced their curse. 900 years as swans, divided across 3 sacred waters, 300 years on Loch Derivag, 300 on the stormy straits of Moyle, and 300 on Loch Eris in the Wild West. "Your songs will be your solace," she sneered, "but none shall break this spell until a monk from the south brings a new faith to Ireland." As punishment for her cruelty, Buvdarug, king of the Tuatha De Danann, banished Aoife, transforming her into a demon of the air, her wails forever lost to the wind. The children, now swans, huddled together on Derivara's shore, their human minds trapped in avian forms. Fiocra, ever the protector, spread his wings over his siblings. Aud sang a lament that stilled the lake's ripples. Khan whispered words of courage, and Deirdre, her eyes bright with tears, vowed they would endure. Their voices, pure and haunting, wove songs that drifted across Ireland, tales of love and loss that drew listeners to the water's edge, their hearts broken by the swans' sorrow. For 300 years, the children of Lir dwelled on Loch Derivag, their days filled with the lake's gentle rhythms, their nights with songs that soothed the stars. They spoke with fishermen and poets, their voices weaving tales of their father's court, keeping their humanity alive. But the curse's second phase brought them to the Straits of Moyle, a treacherous channel between Ireland and Scotland, where icy waves and gales tested their strength. Separated by storms, they called to each other through the tempest, their songs a lifeline. Fiocra's wings shielded Deirdre from the cold. Aud's fiery spirit warmed their hearts. Con's wisdom guided them to safe coves. Their bond, unyielding, defied the sea's cruelty. The final 300 years took them to Loch Eris, a remote western lake battered by Atlantic winds. Here, their feathers frayed, their bodies grew frail, and their songs grew softer, laden with the weight of centuries. Yet they never lost hope, their love for one another a flame that burned through the fog. Villagers, hearing their music, built fires on the shore, offering warmth and prayers. They were no birds, says Ethnane Hanil, a Connemara storyteller. Their songs were human, full of longing. We knew they were Lir's own. As the 900th year dawned, a new sound reached the Swans, the tolling of a bell, carried on the wind from a monastery in the south. St. Patrick, Ireland's apostle, had brought Christianity, his faith, a tide that reshaped the land. The Swans, drawn by the bell, flew to Inishglora, an island off Eris, where they met Mukivoj, a monk whose heart was stirred by their mournful songs. "Who are the creatures of grace?" he asked, kneeling by the water. Deirdre, her voice faint but clear, told their tale, her words a tapestry of loss and hope. Moved by compassion, Mukivoj prayed, his faith a bridge to the divine. With a blessing and a sprinkle of holy water, he broke Aoife's spell. The swans shimmered, their feathers falling like snow, revealing Fiocra, Aud, Con, and Deirdre, human once more, but aged beyond mortal years, their hair white as their plumage, their bodies frail as reeds. They smiled, their hands clasped, their voices raised in a final song of thanks, but the centuries had taken their toll. Embraced by Mukivoj, they lay down on Inishglora's shore, their breaths fading as their souls rose, free at last, to the eternal. The Children of Lir, part of the mythological cycle, is one of Ireland's three sorrows, alongside Dinophilo, Deirdre of the sorrows and the exile of the sons of Ishnok, likely compiled in the 12th century from oral traditions dating to the Iron Age. It blends Celtic mythology with Christian themes. Lir, a sea god akin to Monadnon Mac Lir, reflects the Tuatha, Donan's divine lineage, while Aoife's magic echoes she sorcery. The swans, sacred in Celtic lore as messengers to the other world, symbolize transformation, their 900-year exile a metaphor for Ireland's cycles of suffering and renewal. Dr. Clay Nar, née Reardon, a Celtic studies scholar at University College Dublin, sees the tale as a parable of resilience. The children's endurance mirrors Ireland's, she says. Their songs are our stories, keeping hope alive through hardship. The Christian overlay, St. Patrick's role, Mukivog's blessing, reflects Ireland's 5th century conversion, merging pagan and Christian worlds. The lakes, Derivag, Moyle, Eris, are sacred sites, their waters portals to the divine. Variations exist. In Donegal, the children are cursed for 1,200 years. In Kerry, Aoife becomes a crane, not a demon. Some tales cast Lir as seeking vengeance, his grief flooding the land. It's a family saga, says Dr. Riordan. Jealousy, love, redemption, it's universal, but rooted in Ireland's soul. The Children of Lir is a cornerstone of Irish identity, its themes of family, endurance, and faith resonating deeply. In Westmeath, a statue of the Swans rises from Loch Derivag, its bronze wings gleaming. In Mayo Inishglorous, Swan Island draws pilgrims, who leave shells and prayers. Their songs linger, says Ethne Nehuni. On quiet mornings, you hear them, soft, like a mother's lullaby. Festivals, like Galway's Lir Days in July, celebrate the tale with music, poetry, and swan-shaped lanterns. Art and literature amplify the myth. W.B. Yeats. The wild swans at Cool echoes its melancholy, while O'Connor's The Children of Lir, 1994, sets their songs to haunting melodies. Modern works, The Secret of Kells, Colm Toibin's novels, carry its shadow. In 2023, a Dublin theatre troupe staged Swan Song, reimagining Deirdre as a feminist voice. Its run sold out. Local traditions honor the swans. In Armagh, fishermen tie white ribbons to boats, a nod to their purity. In Donegal, elders teach Lir's Lament, a song said to mimic their music. In 2024, a Derivaric school project saw children paint swan murals, displayed at the Westmeath Arts Festival. Tourists, drawn by the myth, visit the lakes, their ears tuned for spectral songs. I heard something, posted a 2024 visitor, Liam O'Rourke, on X, like a choir, faint over the water. It broke my heart. The Children of Lir endures because it speaks to timeless truths, the destructiveness of envy, the strength of family, the hope of redemption. It's Ireland's story, says Dr. Riordan. We've suffered, we've endured, we've sung through it all. In a world of division, the tale's call for love and faith resonates. Its swans, a symbol of resilience. They're us, says Ethne. Battered by time, but never broken. In 2025, a planned memorial at Loch Eris, a stone circle with swan carvings, will mark the myth's legacy, funded by community donations. Locals, like fisherman GG, still pause by the lakes, listening. The swans are free now, he says, but their songs stay. Their island's heart, singing forever. Many thanks for treading this tale's dark path. If its chill gripped you, like, subscribe, and comment below.